With new signing Matteo Guendouzi hitting the ground running and helping us secure a 2-0 win against Fulham in the FA Cup, we sail on through to the 4th round. But for the board desperate for us to qualify for the Europa League, and with us only sitting in 11th place in the Premier League, we've got a shed load of games to get through today if we want to make that happen. But as ever, if you are enjoying the series so far, please feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. And get into it we shall as we kick off today's episode with a thumping 3-1 win at home against Fulham, with the man of the moment, Onuachu, of course, securing another hat-trick for the club. However, in spite of this, my captain James Ward-Prowse is still knocking on my door demanding to know why the club is not meeting the players' expectations. But to be honest with you, mate, I think you need to take a good hard look in the mirror, as whilst you've had the most appearances for the club, you've only been able to chalk up 3 goals in all competitions. Yes, you do have 7 assists, but that goal tally, and with only 2 goals in the Premier League, really not being good enough. Fortunately enough though, it is Gineppo and Broja this time who are good enough to step up to the plate as we beat Sheffield United away from home 2-0. And I'm really hoping we can continue to ride this wave of momentum as we head over to Loftus Road to face QPR in the FA Cup. Now this, for sure, is a cup competition that I genuinely think we can win, and I think it will go a long way to raising my stock even further with the fans and the board. Dooku into Onuachu. Onuachu turns really nicely, gets away from the defender and passes it out to Yilmaz. He finds Onuachu again. Onuachu struck with his left. Wasn't probably the best option, but he manages to collect the ball once again, just trying to tiptoe around the defence. Guendouzi springs it out to the right-hand side to Carl Walker-Peters. He throws a good ball in, looking for Onuachu with a diving header. What a diving header, and it's an even better save. Ward-Prowse will take the resulting corner. What an opening 10 minutes it's been, and Onuachu puts the icing on the cake. That man is unstoppable at the moment. We are 8 minutes in. It is already 1-0. A fantastic ball in, of course, from James Ward-Prowse. And Onuachu was on hand to nod it home past the goalkeeper to give us a 1-0 lead. Sulemana goes out wide to Ridvan Yilmaz on the left-hand side. He finds Onuachu. Onuachu finds Guendouzi looking for his first goal in a Southampton shirt. And my word, he gets it off the post and into the back of the net. And Matteo Guendouzi kicks the corner flag in celebration. More beautiful work and build-up play for this goal. Onuachu, the run of James Ward-Prowse, I think, shook the defenders. And Onuachu just turned, gave it to Guendouzi. And look at this for a finish. It curves away from the goalkeeper. Gave him no chance, off the post and in. 2-0. Yilmaz into Guendouzi yet again. James Ward-Prowse out wide to Suleiman on the left-hand side. We're looking to put this game to bed inside the opening 30 minutes here. Onuachu picks it up. Lovely stuff. It's just too easy. The golfing class between QPR and Southampton is telling today, and that man Onuachu puts them to the sword for his 2nd of the game. It's our 3rd. A lovely turn to put it in the back of the net. 3-0. Jeremy Dooku brings it into the centre of the park. We are sniffing, sensing blood here as Onuachu has it. Turns again. He looks for his hat-trick, goes for a strike. Good save. James Ward-Prowse, of course, to whip it in. Looks for the head of St. Just, who's in place at the back in place of Salazar. Timber gets there ahead of the QPR defender and then is just taken out by him in protest. And Timber is out. He's down, and I'm hoping and praying that this is not a long-term injury. He's being helped up by his teammates. Only a yellow card for the QPR man. But Timber, fortunately enough, is able to walk away, and we will get a free kick. But a free kick for James Ward-Prowse in a position that QPR do not want it to be in, and he is going to step up here and try and see if he can get the goal. I don't know if I put enough power in it. No, I didn't. Wasn't a good enough free kick, and not something that James Ward-Prowse would do in real life. Ridvan Yilmaz into Onuachu. He's got Timber again. Timber looking to strike, and instead decides to blaze the ball over the bar. Adoma for QPR to bring it in field, but finds a nice pass to Johansson into Dykes. This is nice stuff for QPR. They're looking to try and see if they can get themselves back into the game before the end of half-time, and they've done really well to try and bundle it back in, and they do bundle it into the back of the net, just below the arms of Bazunu. Great finish from Dykes, and QPR are right back in this game. Timber into Guendouzi. Lovely footwork. We're looking to respond pretty quickly as James Ward-Prowse has an opportunity from distance, and the goalkeeper is forced into an early save in the second half. St. Just into Sulemana's feet. Sulemana turns nicely and finds Onuachu. He finds the reverse ball into James Ward-Prowse, and he can't put the game to bed because he's just straight offside. James Ward-Prowse into Sulemana. Sulemana switches it onto his right, goes to curl it around the goalkeeper. And yet again, he's there to stop. Dykes, the goal scorer for QPR. They're still searching. They're still alive here for the second. But once again, it's good defending, this time by Truffert. And Kalmadine Sulemana can release Broja into the box. Surely to finish here. Broja, well saved yet again by the goalkeeper. Nepo into Brozier. Brozier's going to look again out wide to Sulemana, who's been very influential so far in this game. Sulemana's got acres of space to run into. Tries to cut it back. He does. Skov Olsen there. And that is that. Game over here. 4-1, and we are sailing through to the next round. And that was that. It was the last chance of the game. That man, Onuachu, celebrates with his teammates. His 2 goals put us firmly in control, and we sail through to the next round of the FA Cup. But unfortunately, we can't make it 4 wins on the bounce as Rashford comes to spoil the party in the 86th minute, just as we thought we'd got a winner with Kalmadin Sulemana in the 81st. But Rashford's goal is enough for a 1-1 draw, and we share the points. However, just as momentum was starting to shift in our direction, on transfer deadline day we are hit with some massive news, as Arsenal have decided to come in with a bid of just under £30 million for our captain James Ward-Prowse. And in my bid to try and keep this career mode realistic, I have decided to enter negotiations and accept a £35.5 million offer from Arsenal. However, as 1 more hour passes in the window, to my surprise I get an email from my chief executive to say that James Ward-Prowse's proposed move to Arsenal has broken down due to contract talks. And so all I can say is, wow, this man, our captain, our leader, proving how much of an influential figure he is and proving how much of a loyal servant he is to Southampton. He stays at the club for the foreseeable future. And that seems to be the real shot in the arm that we needed as we secure another win, this time a 2-0 win away from home against Wolves. And as you can see, this good run of form and momentum has dragged us up to 9th place in the table, our highest that we've been in quite some time. And as you can see, we are still 7 points behind 5th place Aston Villa, but the gap is closing. But for now though, it is time for us to really put our positive momentum to the test as we welcome Chelsea to St Mary's for what is going to be a massive clash. Chelsea though are starting on the front foot early doors in this first half, and it's Mason Mount who's run into a good position. He's picked up a nice ball into Moreno in the box here. Chelsea looking really dangerous early doors. Pulisic back to Moreno, lovely stuff from Chelsea, and somehow that is a big let off for us there. Bazunu coming to the rescue. It really should have been 1-0. Duku into Onuachu. I'm going to try and spray a pass over to, well, it was looking for Sulemana, but instead I found Trufer in a wonderful space on the left hand side into Onuachu. What a save again, this time from Mendy. Chilwell, oh, that's a fantastic ball right over the top of my defence into Mason Mount. He heads it down to Moreno. Moreno across to Pulisic. Pulisic plays it back across. Lovely stuff from Chelsea. And Mudryk with the volley, but fortunately enough, Carl Walker-Peters came to our rescue to block for a Chelsea corner. Enzo Fernandez into Mason Mount. Lovely stuff from Chelsea on the edge of our box. And Bazunu once again saving us. Mudryk is going to come short for this one as Mason Mount looks like he's going to go short to Mudryk here for this corner. He does. James Ward-Prowse out to try and put a challenge in. It's not strong enough though. Chelsea continue with the ball. Enzo Fernandez into Mason Mount. How was he not offside? I don't know. Enzo Fernandez this time makes no mistake, and at the 3rd time of asking, Chelsea get the lead they so desperately deserve. But once again, it was some beautiful build-up from Chelsea right inside our box. Lovely one-touch passing, and Enzo Fernandez this time is on hand to apply the finish. And Bazunu, well, he should really be doing better from there. Chelsea 1, Southampton 0. Gerard Moreno, he's got Pulisic up ahead of him on the right-hand side, but Salazar is the man who comes across, and now we can try and strike a counter-attack here, and the referee blows the whistle for half-time at the worst possible time. Horrendous refereeing. Prefer on the left-hand side, looks infield for Onuachu. I'm going to try and spray a pass right over to the right to Duku. It's a wonderful pass into him. Timber gets it, looks for Onuachu, instead finds Kalmadin Sulemana, who struck. But it was good blocking from Fofana, but this is our first corner of the second half. Well, it's been a good start here, and we're relying on some good delivery from James Ward-Prowse, and he does just that almost into the head of Onuachu. Bella Kochum heads it down, and we're struck from Sulemana. Guendouzi can't get there, and it's just cleared away by the Chelsea defence. Trufer on the left-hand side. James Ward-Prowse, lovely stuff. Lovely one-touch passing into Kalmadin Sulemana. Can he try and find a man in the box? He finds Guendouzi. It's saved again from Mendy. Well, after being dominated early doors inside this second half, Chelsea have got a free kick, and they go short to Fofana. They've got to try and see if they can get a foothold back into this game. Oh, what a ball from Enzo Fernandez. And that is a massive let-off once again. A big chance wasted for Chelsea to put the game to bed. James Ward-Prowse under immense pressure from the Chelsea faithful, but again manages to wriggle away, and Kalmadin Sulemana can find Timber in the centre. Timber to strike. Big save from Mendy. It's a free kick here in a very dangerous position. I'm going to try and just put this right into the penalty spot. James Ward-Prowse to whip it in. It's a good ball, looking for Onuachu. Not good enough, and once again he can't get his head on it. Trufer into Sulemana's feet. Sulemana goes infield, looks for James Ward-Prowse. He finds Timber. Timber to strike. Timber, oh, he goes wide. I thought it was in. Got less than 5 minutes here to try and see if we can get an equaliser. An equaliser we so desperately need. Kante into Gerard Moreno. It's Guendouzi who intercepts that well. Skov Olsen looks for Broja. Can Broja get there ahead of the defence? He can. He strikes straight at Mendy. That was his chance to prove to his old employers that they were wrong to get rid of him, but he doesn't take it. And that was that. Chelsea fans celebrate here at St Mary's. A big let-off for Chelsea in the end. We had so many opportunities, especially in that second half, but we just didn't take them. And all that positive momentum goes out the window as we lose 1-0 to Chelsea at home. And I'm really hoping that miss from Timber doesn't firstly come back to bite us, and secondly doesn't dent his confidence for the foreseeable future. With 26 appearances in the Premier League, 3 goals and 4 assists overall, his return has been pretty average, but at 22 years of age and already with a +3 rating, now getting himself up to the 80 rated bracket, he definitely has massive potential. But I think for the remainder of this and next season, chipping in with more goals has got to be his target in order to take his game to the next level. And would you look at that, Quinton Timber clearly taking heed for some of my instructions and chipping in with a goal in his very next game against Southampton, as his goal on Onuachu's in the 71st minute gives us another 2-1 lead, and we bounce back from the disappointment at Chelsea. And getting back in the win column has managed to drag us up to 8th place in the Premier League table, the highest we've been at this point in the season across the course of this career mode, and now only being 6 points behind Manchester City in 5th place. With only 11 games remaining this season, I am starting to feel really positive about our chances of Europe. But speaking of Manchester City, it is the Etihad that is our next destination as we face them in the round of 16 in the FA Cup, a competition that I genuinely believe we can win this season. Just as I say that, we start attacking the Manchester City goal straight away, and that is a beautiful ball out to Truffert on the left-hand side, who's got space to run into here. Can he try and find an option in the box? It's not the best ball, but it's headed well. And it's a great save from Ederson early doors here. James Ward-Prowse to, of course, take the resulting corner. Whips in a good ball, looking for the head of Skov Olsen. And Ederson again coming to his second save inside the opening 10 minutes. Bernardo Silva looks for Haaland. Haaland takes that down really nicely and skips away from 2 challenges. It's De Bruyne who drives into the box. De Bruyne, what a save from Bazunu coming to the rescue. I thought for sure it was going to be 1-0 City. Timber goes all the way out to the left-hand side to Truffert again, who again finds himself in acres of space. Gineppo is in for Sulemana on the left-hand side, feeds Truffert once again. I don't know what is going on with Manchester City on the right-hand side of the defence. Whipped a good ball in. Skov Olsen couldn't get there. Fer again finds Gineppo. Gineppo goes in field to Onuachu. He turns really nicely. Can he find a ball? That is a wonderful ball into Livramento. Livramento cuts it back. Skov Olsen! It is 1-0 here, and it does not get much better than that. Well, it all started from the back. Beautiful build-up play. And Onuachu again coming deep. Fed a beautiful ball to Livramento, and look at that. For a finish from Olsen. Lovely stuff. Gave Ederson no chance. And we deservedly take a 1-0 lead. Onuachu flings a ball right over again to Truffert, who again has so much space on this left-hand side. Can I find a ball into the box? It is a decent ball. Skov Olsen was almost there with a delayed run, but just Man City get it away. They are living on a knife edge here as we try and apply the pressure. Jack Grealish just skips away from Tino Livramento. Nicely done. Bella Kotchap just getting in the way of Haaland, and what a defending block there from Salazar. That for sure kept us in the game. Almiron for City on the right hand side. They're just looking to just step it up a notch here as they realise they need to try and get a goal, and Haaland's in the box, strikes. Big save from Bazunu. Going to be a corner that Bernardo Silva's going to take, and he's going to put it right into the box, and it's a big head, and it's a brilliant goal for Manchester City. They level the scores here at the Etihad. It's a Kanji with a big power header. Bazunu could do nothing about it. 1-1. Well, as the second half started, it's time to pick ourselves up once again. We started the first half brilliantly. We've got to hope that we do the same thing here in the second. But just as I say that, we give the ball away immediately, and now Bernardo Silva being chased down by Timber. Goes out to Almiron. Klosterman. Almiron has it again. City looking for blood here. They sense that they can get a goal, but Bella Kotchap comes across just when I needed him to. Gineppo. I'm going to try and go right the way over to Skov Olsen. It's a beautiful ball, and he takes it down even better. Skov Olsen to play it into Timber. Lovely stuff. Timber to looking for his second. He does find our second of the game, and Southampton are back in front here at the Etihad. Well, end-to-end stuff here to kick off this second half. I wanted us to kick it off just as we did the first, and my word did we do that. Beautiful finish from Quinton Timber, the man who I wanted to get more goals. He's responded well, and we go 2-1 up. Bernardo Silva into Grealish. This game, the intensity has just been stepped up a little bit now as we go back into the lead. Bernardo Silva into Haaland. They've completely opened us up, and Bazunu is out just in the nick nick of time. Bruyne into Klosterman. Klosterman gives it to Almiron. Almiron turns the defender so nicely. Where is the player switching? I am smashing L1 to switch the players, and it's just not working. And City regain control back in this game. It's 2-2. Timber into Scott Olsen. He finds Timber yet again. I'm going to look for the run of Onuachu. It's a beautiful run from Onuachu. Onuachu to strike. Big save from Ederson to keep the scores level. 10 minutes on the clock here, and James Ward-Prowse has got another corner. Whips a good ball in, looking for the header. Brozier, and Brozier has just come on as a substitute. And my word, what a way to introduce yourself to this game. Well, my word, it is one touch, one goal, and that is absolutely fantastic. It was the ball from James Ward-Prowse. Of course, he delivered when I needed him to, and Brozier just stepped up ahead of the defenders. Look at that for a thumping header. The man on the line could do nothing about it, and we regain the lead. Jeremy Doku on as a substitute finds a ball into Brozier, who's run the channel really nicely. Tried to find Suleimana, didn't, but he manages to pick it up again. Can he find Timber? No, he can't. That was the opportunity to put the game to bed, but Guendouzi tries to put a challenge in, doesn't. Haaland to Cancelo. End-to-end stuff here with just 5 minutes on the clock. De Bruyne has completely opened us up here. And Grealish on the left-hand side finds a ball down the channel into Haaland. Haaland in the box, looking for Grealish and got his shot all wrong. Salazar hacks it away. Moments remaining in this game as City pile the pressure on. Truffert just going to whip this down the line into James Ward-Prowse. Just run to the corner flag, my friend. Just keep going. James Ward-Prowse into Suleimana. Suleimana's just going to run down the clock into the corner flag here. I'm literally not going to do anything. Holding on. Referee, blow your whistle. And eventually he does. The players celebrate. Southampton are through to the quarter-final of the FA Cup. What a performance from this man coming on as a substitute and sealing victory for us. Full-time it finishes Manchester City 2, Southampton 3. And I tell you what, he's had an up and down season so far since joining in the summer, but my word, that could well be the most important goal that he has scored in his entire career so far. We have Leeds United in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and I am sensing silverware could well be on the cards this season. Join me next time for the season finale. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.